Hello and welcome to the Constant Vandenstock Stadium in Brussels as Anderlecht entertain Real Madrid in the Champions League. It's cold weather here in Anderlecht, although some of the home fans are trying to deny the fact.
Yeah, they're trying to pretend otherwise, but it is cold.
Madrid with a pretty familiar looking side, a few changes in it, but they're coming here with the confidence of knowing that they've already beaten Anderlecht 4-1 in this group stage.
Yeah, and also this being the fourth game now, Madrid can basically put their place in the next round. They won 2-1 in Rome. They stuffed Lokomotiv Moscow 4-0 at home, and then of course beat this lot Anderlecht 4-1. Victory today would put them through.
Exactly, that's what everybody wants. Get through to the second stage of the Champions League. It's been a very, very positive start for Real Madrid in this competition, and they must come here to Belgium reasonably optimistic that they're going to get the win they need.
Yeah, I mean they were so comprehensively superior to Anderlecht at the Bernabeu that even though obviously away is a very different matter, I think they'll be very confident of their ability to get through tonight. Yeah,
exactly. Here the sides Madrid in their away kit, Anderlecht in their traditional white shirts.
Yeah, Anderlecht wore a very strange kind of slightly off grey shirt at the Bernabeu. Really not the most attractive football shirt I've ever seen.
Indeed, here is the Anderlecht side. De Wilde, Illich, Krassen and Traore, Hassi, Van der Haga, Hendricks, Yachtuk, Baseggio, Mornar and Dindain. So a couple of changes from what we saw in the Bernabeu. It looks like they're going to go for the two strikers with Mornar helping Dindain, who was reasonably dangerous and scored for the goal. And for Madrid, it's Cesar, Pavon, Hierro, Mitchell Salgado, Roberto Carlos, Celades and Makalele in the middle, McManaman, Guti, Raul and Figo, with Figo probably playing more on the right than as a third striker.
Yeah, I think Figo will effectively just be an out-and-out right winger. McManaman will play on the left, but not very, very far left. He'll play quite a narrow position. And I think Roberto Carlos, as usual, will be asked to bomb on beyond him.
There are the substitutes.
And it is a cold night here.
But a big game for Anderlecht as well. They definitely need to win tonight if they are to do anything. There's Yachtuk, who didn't play in the Bernabeu.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they got a 1-1 draw with Lokomotiv.
Neither did Traore, the big number 34, who playing central defence. Looks as if Anderlecht are going to swap things around and play three central defenders with Illich, Traore and Krassen. Krassen, of course, played as right back in the Bernabeu.
Yeah, and then they'll. I think it can be read a number of ways, can't it? I think that will be essentially it will be attacking, but it gives them the ability to regroup in numbers when they need to. I mean, they can't afford to defend Anderlecht, really. I mean, they got a 1-1 draw against Lokomotiv in Moscow. They were held to 0-0 at home by Roma and then stuffed 4-1 by Real Madrid. So 2 points from the first three games. It's not awful, but
not, especially if one of those games is against Real Madrid.
Yeah, well, exactly.
But if they lose this today, it's going to be 2 points from 4.
Yeah, and then they'll have the work cut out.
Yeah, the Yachtuk getting a challenge on Steve McManaman, who's getting a start on the left for Madrid. I'm sure Madrid will be asking McManaman just to do his usual role, sitting in there, keep the ball moving. Yeah, keep the ball moving, try and link as well as he can with teammates all over the left-hand side and the centre of the pitch. And not really be an out-and-out winger as such, because as I said, I mean, Roberto Carlos really keeps that wing to himself and does everything. McManaman will be asked to support him rather than carry the attacking thrust. There's Mornar, who's caught offside, the big striker, former Sevilla striker. He's got some experience in Spain. Although some of that experience was in the Spanish second division. Van der Haga will be in that central midfield role. And this is a positive start from Anderlecht. Here's Yachtuk getting into the area. Yachtuk, but that's an excellent recovery challenge. From Pavon, wasn't it, I think? Very, very well indeed. Once again, Dindain just dropping deep, but it is Pavon does really, really well there. Just maybe gets a little bit, shown a bit too much of the ball there by Yachtuk, but there's a great pass as well from Baseggio. And there Cesar comes out, makes an excellent claim on the edge of his area. They will present a bit more of an aerial threat this time, Anderlecht, with Mornar in there from set pieces. And Vicente del Bosque on the Madrid dugout. And there the Anderlecht captain Van der Haga, who earned himself a booking in the Bernabeu a couple of weeks ago and could easily have picked up a couple more cards. He certainly didn't hold back. As Luis Figo looking to cut inside. Good run from Figo, just took it a little bit too far. And it was Van den Haag who got across. Ball speared forward, aimed at Illich, and Cesar out of his area, just shepherded that one out for a goal kick. The thing about trips to Belgium is there's always an excellent atmosphere in the ground. Yeah, there is. I mean, the stadium holds 22,000. It's only very, very fractionally short of that tonight. I'm sure there's very, very few spare seats, perhaps 50 or 60 if that. It looks very full, and as you say, a lot of noise. At the constant Van den Stock Stadium. Luis Figo then, and the fans not very impressed, and Haga not at all impressed. Let's have a look. He has a little push at him, doesn't he? Not the strongest of contacts, but he puts his arm out and just gives him a little nudge on the shoulder. So
definitely a hand there, isn't there?
So what looked just as interesting is how the pitch seemed to, the big divot that came up as Figo went over that.
Well, because I mean, it looks very good, but if it's going to cut up, it won't be good very soon.
We'll have to keep an eye on that. Hopefully that's just a one-off. And there's Salgado pressed by Dindane, who was probably the main performer for Anderlecht. Okay, they lost 4-1, but he actually put Anderlecht in the lead and looked very lively. Yeah, particularly in the first, not just the first half, but especially the opening half an hour. He was very, very dangerous, and Madrid really struggled to get hold of him. A striker from the Ivory Coast. The second half, they actually made him play more out on the right, and he just lost a little bit of his threat there. Today I'm sure Anderlecht will be looking for him to just play off Mornar. Makalele. That one's cut out. And here is Dindane, once again turning his man again. Looks very pacey. Makalele getting back, doing a good job though, and there Pavon puts the foot in, but the offside flag is up on the far side, and once again Mornar, the big Croatian, just straying where he shouldn't do. As Guti once again being asked to act as an auxiliary striker to support Raúl. Roberto Carlos.
Yeah, Guti's fulfilled that role a lot this year, hasn't he? He's playing up alongside Raúl. When you wonder if Morientes in the side, Vicente del Bosque presumably preferring Guti's. I mean, Guti has much more ability to play than Morientes. He gets much more involved in the game. He uses the ball well. He sees passes very, very well. Morientes is more of an old-fashioned style centre forward.
Salgado going through on Dindane perhaps, but the referee playing on, and there Figo's cross took a wicked deflection, and that's, I think De Wilde was in real trouble there if that had been on target.
No, De Wilde wasn't in real trouble. It dipped very, very sharply.
I think it was Illich, and whoa, that really was dropping like a stone, and another couple of feet forward, and I think De Wilde would have been able to do nothing about that. As it is, it's a corner for Real Madrid. On 6 minutes here in Anderlecht, or in Brussels. It's a good claim by De Wilde, who in the Bernabeu made a lot of good saves, but did also look a little bit.
Yeah, he was erratic, wasn't
crosses, didn't he? Yeah.
As you say, he made 2 or 3 very, very good saves indeed, but there were occasions where he looked a little ropey.
There was Raúl just working deep, keeping things moving. Figo over on the left. That's the thing with Figo and McManaman. There is McManaman just popping up, but they will be able to swap wings. Guti into McManaman. Just first touch, just letting the Englishman down a little bit there. So we've got 7 minutes gone in the Anderlecht Stadium, and it's still the home side 0, Real Madrid 0. It's Traore. Good challenge from Roberto Carlos, and Figo keeps the ball in. Krassen. He's playing as a sweeper today, but he was right back 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he's powerful, very, very strong. Speaking of which,
Mornar. Just giving a little push there. What is also strange, just isn't those people singing, the Belgian fans all chanting in English. Yeah. We're by far the greatest team, I think I heard there.
Which obviously is a little bit of a lie, but...
The greatest team in Belgium, although I suppose Bruges fans would dispute that one.
Yeah, although historically Anderlecht are Belgium's most successful side.
So McManaman in the middle, that's unlucky there, an intelligent pass just looking for Raul, who'd peeled away, trying to open up the pitch. And once again, Vicente Del Bosque keeping a keen eye on proceedings.
Anderlecht have won 26 league championships, so I think even Bruges would struggle to get near that. Never won the European Cup though. 2 UEFA Cup Winners' Cups and 1 UEFA Cup.
Which isn't bad going, considering.
Well, considering the relative strength of the Belgian league, yeah, it's a very good record.
A little impasse in the play as Hendricks prepares to take the free kick. Curls that one in there for Mornar to challenge and goes all the way through. It's likely to be a pretty bruising night for the Madrid central defenders. McManaman working deep. It's the ball to Salgado. And here's Figo taking on Hendricks. And earning is that a corner for Madrid?
Yeah.
Corner which he takes quickly. Good thinking from McManaman, just coming short. Offers Figo the option, that hits something on the way through and is cleared for once again a corner, knocking the flag off even.
Yeah, I think it nasty. It hit on the way through. Figo a little bit slow to put the ball over actually.
About 10 minutes here in the Constant van den Stock Stadium. It's still Anderlecht 0, Real Madrid 0. Figo, that's a decent corner in there, and that was not far away. Pavon getting forward.
Pavon quite interesting actually. Pavon one of only 2 men right in there for Madrid. I mean, you look at that area, and there's just Guti and Pavon. No one else even in shot as that ball went past. Surprising that Madrid aren't committing more men at corners. It's a good leap though from Pavon.
Perhaps not the tallest team around Real Madrid. If you look at the side, actually, you've got Makelele and Celades who are not tall in the middle. McManaman was tall, but he's not particularly powerful in the air.
No, I mean, I think McManaman would be the first to admit that.
And at the moment, I think Madrid will keep Fernando Hierro back just to organise the midfield, the defence. So there isn't really a lot of height available there for Madrid.
No, there isn't a huge amount, and of course with Morientes on the bench, even more so.
But just starting to play a little bit of football, the visitors. Here's Celades knocking it forward. And Salgado storming into the area, holds off the challenge of Ilic. Back with Luis Figo. It's a poor cross with his left foot, but Dindane's control was equally slack. McManaman just picks things up. Gives it to Roberto Carlos. And it's start over for Madrid. Here's Michel Salgado. Makelele threads it to McManaman. Guti just trying to do a little bit too much, got caught by Krassen. And there's the long ball for Mornar to chase. Gave Hierro a run for his money there, but pressuring the Madrid captain, who did well to recover, to only concede a throw-in.
Yeah, Hierro's not the quickest, and I think there will be times that Anderlecht will look to make that pass 2 or 3 times more. They'll go down that channel, they'll try and get Hierro isolated and try and get the pace to get away from him. But as you say, Hierro recovered pretty well there.
Hendricks to take the throw-in. Mornar gets up well. Salad is able to clear. There's Hassi. Madrid doing well, forcing Anderlecht to send it back. Just chipped forward by Krassen. Pavon
He's a little lucky there, wasn't he?
Didn't get a great contact in, but just enough to take it away from Mornar, and it's Makelele to collect it. Just thinking about that, seeing how Hierro struggled against Mornar. I wonder if Anderlecht shouldn't be trying to get Dindane into that channel a bit more than the big Croatian.
Yeah, because Dindane's even quicker. But I think Hierro's the one that's tracking Mornar now, and so then we'll be following him across.
Stellades sliding the ball through to Makelele. It's Claude Makelele again, and Salad just lets him down a little bit there.
Yeah, it does, although Madrid have looked reasonably confident in terms of they've got good possession there, they're using the ball nicely, looking very neat and tidy, aren't they?
Very tidy they're looking. Van der Hagen just losing out, and there's the ball with Traoré. Just putting himself under pressure. Gets the ball back to De Wilde. Hassi along the line. And there Pavon just being outfoxed by Mornar. Roberto Carlos getting across. That's a good cross ball in there, and Cesar comes to the edge of his area, makes an excellent claim.
Makes a very good claim. And Mornar is looking like he's going to drop off from the middle to both sides. Good delivery as well.
I think it was Yachtukna in the middle, but Cesar came out and with an excellent claim. It's a good one from Figo, just got away from him, allowing Traoré to nip in. And there Illich clearing to Yachtuk. Once again, Mornar in that left-hand channel. Once again, he's got a bit of space off Pavon there, and Dindane's gone down. Referee had a good look at it, decides there's absolutely no action that needs to be taken. That time Hierro getting a good clearance on it, just bouncing badly for Pavon, and once again he's got to deal with Mornar.
And a fairly unsubtle challenge.
Yeah. There's a saying in Spain, there's two, you get 2 but you don't get 3, and there Pavon making sure that Mornar wasn't going to get past him a third time. 15 minutes here in the Constant van der Stok Stadium. It's Anderlecht 0, Real Madrid 0.
Yes, I think Mornar was fairly happy to get the free kick to take the pressure off, but it was a
little bit rash.
Pretty clumsy challenge, yeah.
Once again, the ball curled in there and just evading everybody, and Traoré couldn't get the contact on it he was looking for.
Yeah, it curled in there, and it just drifted slightly away from Fernando Hierro's head.
You can just see him going in behind Yachtuk, and there.
Oh, I tell you what, if Hierro had, well, he did miss it. If Traoré had been more alert to Hierro missing it, he might well have scored there. If he'd been aware that it was going to drop.
Just put him off, didn't he? Hierro,
well, I think he thought, yeah, exactly. I think Traoré thought that Hierro was going to get there.
But they worked it well there, the two. There's Yachtuk and Traoré going behind him, just slightly sheltered from the defence, and worked it nicely there, Anderlecht. Roberto Carlos again. Again looks up, hits a long pass looking for Luis Figo, who jumps there with Baseggio. It's been a lively opening to the game, both sides having little spells of pressure. And there's Figo doing well, just twisting and turning, and that feeds the ball inside for Yachtuk to commit the foul, which Madrid take quickly. Roberto Carlos.
Yeah, Madrid are content to keep the ball to. They're using it quite nicely. They're slick. The passing's good. They won't panic. You know, they've been caught a couple of times, not quite alert, but they won't panic about that. They just keep moving the ball and just try and get a really good, strong foothold on this game.
It's McManaman back in the left-hand channel. Steve McManaman. It's the ball back to Roberto Carlos, who half slips and just allows Hassi to stick a foot in. It's a lovely dummy from Raul and an excellent return pass. It nearly worked out there. Guti and Raul combining, and Traore just sticks out a long leg to deny the Madrid number 7.
Yeah, it was a very nice little interchange between Raul and Guti.
Some more defending for De Wilde. Madrid taking it quickly. Figo knocking across to Roberto Carlos, thinks about firing that one in, and that is good thinking from, well, I think the goal's got to go down to Raul, eh? He just stuck a little foot out there.
Yeah, he nudged it enough to get it away from De Wilde. I'm not 100% sure how deliberate it is in terms of where the ball ends up, but Raul certainly is trying to get enough of a touch on it just to nudge it goalwards.
Yeah, it's been given to Raul. I think it's got to, because it's a well-worked move. They find Roberto Carlos with a little bit of space. Quite a lot of space, hits it well, Roberto Carlos, but I think De Wilde would have had that, and Raul's just sticks out a leg, which takes it past De Wilde. So, 19 minutes here in the Constant van der Stok Stadium. It's Real Madrid winning by 1-0, and that goal is scored by. Actually, it looks better when you see it like that.
It looks more deliberate like that, doesn't it? And
certainly does.
I think it may also get a touch off Ilic, and De Wilde's completely shot by it.
Well, there's nothing a keeper can do there. But a well-worked corner, because we were saying they're not big in the penalty area, and they worked it nicely. McManaman and Figo between them, and here come Madrid again. Can they finish it off? Raul just hooking that volley slightly.
Well, Raul managed to make it go backwards, didn't he? It was almost a great pass for Luis Figo,
who shot thundered off a defender. It's Makalele. Madrid looking to make that advantage count now. 1-0 up. Roberto Carlos again thundering that shot in and causing problems for the Anderlecht defence.
Well, Roberto Carlos does cause a lot of problems with that. Well, you wouldn't call it a cross, really. It's a diagonal ball into the box, very, very hard and very flat, which he plays from an area anywhere between 5 and 15 or even 20 yards outside the area on the left-hand side. And not just tonight, but on numerous occasions we've seen it cause problems, particularly with Raul, who as strikers go, he's one of the most alert and one of the cleverest.
And he likes to pull into that near post, doesn't he, exactly, where a little touch will take it across the face of goal or into the goal in that case. And, of course, the danger that Roberto Carlos cross shot is that it's hit so hard that sometimes fools defenders who slice the clearances.
Quite often all it needs is a touch. It doesn't necessarily need to be a striker. It just needs a touch, and it's in the back of the net.
Because the keeper, the speed it travels, the keeper could do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, because it completely removes any reaction time and the ability to change direction or to throw out an arm or
anything.
It just leaves him completely sold.
So 21 minutes here in Belgium, and it is Anderlecht 0, Real Madrid 1, with that goal scored by Raul. Exactly what Real Madrid would have been looking for. Because Mona once again taking on Pavon. He's had a little bit of joy against the young defender so far along this side, and here he is again. Once again gets the cross in.
He has got good crosses in 2 or 3 times, and there just hasn't been anyone on the end of it. There isn't really a presence in the box at the moment.
I mean, he is normally the big presence in the box for Anderlecht, Mona, but you'd think that Dindane would be looking to get in there, the number 26.
Well, Dindane is sort of floating a little bit leftwards, and Yachtug's the one that you might expect to get in there, but he hasn't done it either. And as you say, when the presence in the box is the guy delivering the cross, it does make life kind of hard. Good reflexes from Raul, though, on the goal. Makalele. So Madrid looking set to book their ticket or their place in the next round.
Roberto Carlos. It's again good movement from Raul. Ball dropping for Figo. He's got Salgado on the overlap, looking for the fullback, but just a little bit too fast for Mitchell Salgado there, the Anderlecht defence. Makalele, as he so often does there, to make the interception. McManaman, always able to just lend a helping hand there to his teammates. Nothing too spectacular, but just keeps it moving. And there's Celades. Monar battling back, just bundling Celades over. It's a lovely pass from Roberto Carlos. It's good controlled football from Real Madrid.
Yeah, they've looked very, very comfortable on the ball. They've used the ball very nicely there. It's slick, it's quite fast, it's assured. And for an away performance, it's exactly what you need.
De Wilde. Dindain controlling on his chest as well. Aruna Dindain. Hassi. Sergio. That's a little bit better from Anderlecht. Once again, Dindain making some good movement. That final ball, just letting Anderlecht down. I think that, of course, is going to be one of the big differences tonight, of course. You know, Anderlecht, they're a good, the best team in Belgium, as we were saying, by a long way. They're a good physical side, but the difference in class, especially in that final delivery, is quite likely to be a major factor in the result tonight.
Yeah, and I think we saw at the Santiago Bernabéu that Anderlecht had a very, very strong start, indeed, and could have been 2 goals up, possibly even 3, you know, but Madrid just, they eased their way into the game and they just started carving open chances, and by the end Madrid had just carved them open time and time again. It could have been 7 or 8.
Oh, it was 4-1, and you said De Wilde was the standout performer. Yeah. Had a couple of dodgy moments on crosses, but you wouldn't say any of the goals.
He made good saves, didn't he, as well?
Made a lot of good saves. And at the moment, it's Madrid who have had the good start, which would be a little bit worrying for Anderlecht. Ilic gives it back to Krasen. It's had 25 minutes here in Brussels. It's Anderlecht 0, Real Madrid 1. Roberto Carlos shot, which was fired in and just deflected home by Raul on the near post. Here's Hendricks. Looking to carve out a shooting chance. Not a bad effort, but a little bit too high.
Yep. Coming in on his right foot, looked happier. But as you say, I mean, he's hit the ball pretty hard, but it was always
rising, isn't it? Yeah. Mark Hendricks. And once again, Madrid just looked to have so much time on the ball. And there, Figo, so close to setting up the second goal for Raul. And there, just McManaman intelligently sending the ball inside. Maybe just a little bit too elaborate there, Madrid.
Yeah, I think both McManaman and Guti were both guilty of trying to do perhaps a little too much. When it came to McManaman, I think a lot of players would have just hit that first time. Then he tried to give it to Guti. Guti, I think McManaman may have played it very slightly behind Guti. Guti tried to let it run and ended up losing it. And I think between the two of them, they're perhaps guilty of overplaying a little.
As it was an acrobatic clearance. I think it was Traore who cut out Figo's original cross.
Good clearance, very good clearance.
There, Pavon recovers to prevent a corner. He certainly is the one who seems to have got the short straw tonight, battling against Monar. It is Aruna Dindain. And Hassi. Once again, Anderlecht looking to get the ball in there quickly. And that was a little bit optimistic.
Yeah, and it was worth a try because of the way it's sat up. But Baseggio just couldn't really get over it enough, and And as soon as it had hit his foot, you knew it was going to end up way, way, way up in the stands.
Pavon out to Mitchell Salgado. Makaleli just controls it, keeps it moving. Here's Salades, Guti, and Roberto Carlos. So again, Guti coming short. And McManaman, a little bit loose there from Steve McManaman. It allows Mona to get the interception in. This is better from Anderlecht, looking to break quickly. It's Hendricks to Dindane, but that ball just a little bit, asked a bit too much of his striker, Aruna Dindane, and Fernando Hierro quite happy to see it out for a goal kick.
Vicente Bosco won't be too unhappy with what I've seen so far, although Morna has caused Madrid a few problems. His running's been good down the channels, he's been big and strong when he's come to receive the ball, he's held it well. But Madrid, when they have had the ball, they've
very, very in control, haven't they?
They look very, very comfortable indeed.
There's Luis Figo. That's what they're doing, they're just moving those 5-6 yard passes, 1, 2, 3. Just gaining time and space. Manaman sends it to Roberto Carlos and just goes short to receive. Looks inside, good play from Real Madrid. There's Salades to Figo, and they're just advancing Madrid, and then you feel that when they get to the edge of the box, they just hit that extra gear. Although that time didn't quite work out from Raúl, but Salades working hard, and Madrid already starting to draw a few whistles of impatience from the Anderlecht crowd. Roberto Carlos to McManaman. Gets the ball across McManaman, cut out by, I think that was Illich who got across. Pavon did very well there against Mona.
How easily Madrid are keeping the possession though.
Well, exactly, that's the big thing. And I think what Belgian sides are used to is, because there are more long ball tactics. As Raúl looks to turn, gets a shot, got another deflection, and that's a corner for Madrid. Because the Belgian sides do play more long ball tactics, they're all used to getting a bit more possession. It tends to ricochet around a bit more.
Yeah.
More work for De Wilde. Madrid once again taking it short. And once again working a shooting opportunity. This time it was Celades.
Yeah, and they're well advised to do that, because as you've already said, they don't really have the height in the area, but they do have people who can, well, I was about to say who can shoot from the edge of the box. It's not the greatest shot from Celades, but they do have people who can then work the space. So if they can play short and find the space and the time to deliver an accurate cross, then Real Madrid are well advised to go for short corners.
Had a half an hour gone. It's Real Madrid winning 1-0 thanks to that Raúl goal on 19 minutes. And they're looking pretty good value for it, to be fair.
Yeah, they look comfortable, don't they?
Just look completely in control. And of course, having beaten Anderlecht 4-1 in the first meeting, there's also a big psychological advantage.
Yeah, they've got the confidence to just stroll around, to play the ball, to keep it under control, and to think to themselves, well, the chances will come, and basically, you know, not to put too fine a point on it, they think to themselves, we've got the beating of this lot.
And there's Mona in a little bit of trouble there on the touchline. I'm sure they won't want to see him coming off. He's the one most likely to so far for Anderlecht. There's Van den Bergen. And it's with Hendricks. He's found Dindane. Aruna Dindane just shows that little yard of pace, and that's a good cross, and Cesar a full stretch to palm it away.
Yeah, very unusual hand that he got out, didn't he? It seemed to come from nowhere, but it's a very good hand from Cesar.
And now it could be setting Madrid up on the break. Roberto Carlos storming forward. Got Makaleli in the middle. That's a lovely flick from Makaleli. Here's Guti into the area, turning once. Makaleli. Grassen just getting a foot in though, but Madrid turning defence into attack in a question of seconds. Makaleli, lovely dummy, and there.
Well, it was a nice dummy. It's very unusual to see Makaleli up there.
Does well, doesn't he, Dindane here? Once again, he looked threatening a couple of weeks ago. And that has set out a full stretch.
It was a strange sort of hand. It was almost as if he was going up to just to tip a rebound in basketball or something, the way he stretched up for that. But it was an important hand.
Here come Madrid again, though. Raul trying the dummy this time. And Makalele in a deeper position just spreads that ball out to Roberto Carlos. Good work from Roberto Carlos. The ball nearly dropping there, and Van der Wilde choosing to shoot, to clear with his feet. I'm sure he probably could have gone into that with his hand, but didn't.
I thought he had time exactly.
I don't think he wanted to risk conceding a free kick for a back pass, but it looked like more like an interception. Because you can never quite be sure what the referee is going to give. Roberto Carlos thinks about hitting another one. That one just wasn't that far away from Raul.
No, it wasn't that far away from Raul. As you say, he went for about hitting. I don't think there's any doubt that he was trying to shoot, but then having opened his body up, it wasn't a million miles away from Raul.
Lovely little step overs there from the Brazilian fullback. Once again, we've seen more of him in attack than we have in defence so far. Such has been Madrid's control of the game. Makalele. Figo just bundled off the ball there, and his Dindane, but he didn't control it. He was thinking about what he was going to do before he had the ball under control. He's done well there. Makalele. Celades. Roberto Carlos again. So every time they've got the ball, Madrid, they've just moved it around, kept possession, found space. Here's McManaman, Traore with him.
I think there's 14 or 15 passes already.
Was probing away against Anderlecht. And they just don't look in danger of losing the ball, Real Madrid.
No.
Excellent display of controlled football. I'm surprised that possession's only 61%. I'm sure to the Anderlecht midfield it seems like a whole lot more. And here they come, Madrid, now at the edge of the area. It's a lovely move. Salgado got the effort under McManaman.
Well, what a
Steve
fantastic goal.
McManaman absolutely rifled that past the Wilder.
That is a superb goal. It really is a great goal. I mean, it's a good finish in the end. It's just a tiny bit of a shame that the finish came from a slight deflection at the end, because the move was Real Madrid must have had the ball for a minute and a half. They must have put together 25, 30 passes. It's just, and that's a lovely little flick. It's just a terrible shame from his point of view that there's a little deflection from McManaman.
I'll tell you what, if they hadn't,
great finish.
I think if it hadn't got a little deflection, it would have been either Figo or Raul scoring in the centre. But what a decisive shot from Steve McManaman with the outside of his foot.
Thumped into the net, and it's a great move from Real Madrid. And it was the move really that's reflected everything they've been in these first this opening 35 minutes. They've kept the ball, they've moved it, they've progressed, they've got themselves into dangerous positions. That's the first time they've been that decisive in terms of carving Anderlecht open, but they just never, as you said during the move, they never looked like losing the ball. They went all the way back a couple of times, swung the ball open to the wings, opened the play up, moved it, just kept moving it around, and in the end, great finish from McManaman.
It's the sort of move, though, if you're the opposition, it's just, it must do real damage to your morale, because they've struggled to get the ball Anderlecht all game.
Yes.
And to know that your opponents are capable of just carving you up like that and finishing it as well, it must be worrying for them for the second half, because Madrid are looking very superior. I mean, but bear in mind that when they won 4-1 a couple of weeks ago, they didn't score. They went in losing 1-0 at half-time. Yeah. Here there's 10 minutes, 9 minutes to go, and they're already winning 2-0. Now,
and they're very good value for it.
The question is, will Madrid settle for 2-0, knowing that it'll put them into the next phase, or will they go out and send a statement to the rest of the competition?
Well, I think it may turn out not to be quite so simple as that, in so much as I think what Madrid will do is keep doing what they've done so far.
Here's Raul. Could it be 3, Raul? Well,
should have been 3.
Should have been 3, really. Raul Gonzalez found acres of space there. Once again, went for the chip, but just simple pass from Celades, and Raul takes it in his stride,
Should have gone right-footed there, shouldn't he?
Maybe just waiting for that ball to go across him a little bit quicker.
Well, he wanted it on his left, and you're right, he wanted it there quicker. But I think if he'd taken that with his right foot, he'd have scored.
Well, I mean, just another example of how Madrid are dominating this game.
Well, and also another example of what was going to be my answer to your question, which was how Madrid will approach it. I don't think they'll approach it any differently from how they have now. I don't think it's really a case of sending out a message or settling. I think it's a case of just moving the ball and carrying on moving it. Because they're 2-0 out, 2-0 up, without ever having really gone for the throat. What they've done is just keep the ball, keep the ball, keep the ball. Then if the chance comes, great, take it. And I think that's what they're going to keep doing.
Yes, Salgado. Trying to curl the ball into the penalty area. It's cut out by Illich. Plays a dangerous ball across his own penalty area. Got out of that one quite well, but there. Celades in to make the interception. 38 minutes here in Brussels. It's Anderlecht 0, Real Madrid 2. The goal scored by Raúl and Steve McManaman. And to be fair, if Raúl had his shooting boots on, it could have been 3-0.
Yeah, very definitely. And that early little threat that Anderlecht seemed to carry, and with Modena particularly earlier on, it's gone away a little bit. I mean, Modena still
working hard.
He's working hard, and he'll look dangerous as he drops the wing, and you wonder about Dindane, whether his pace may cause a few more problems. But Madrid, more than anything else, if I think one word sums up this half for Madrid, it would be comfortable.
And there, Cesar, that wasn't a comfortable claim, but every time he's been asked to get to the ball, he's done very well. Yeah. He was stretched on one cross, but he got an excellent hand up. And there, Roberto Carlos just knocking it back. Pavón to Celades, out to Salgado. Acres of space for Real Madrid. Very comfortable first 45 minutes for Vicente del Bosque's side, and now Figo just finds the extra yard, but De Wilde able to catch that cross. Here's Dindane. Pavón, though, getting a good challenge in, and Dindane furious at not getting the throw in.
He was furious, wasn't he? I think he was a little bit unlucky, Aruna Dindane, in so much as he was very, very close to the microphone, and perhaps it sounded a little bit more furious than it might otherwise have been, but he was certainly pretty angry about that.
But Pavón, he struggled on two or three times with Morna, but all of a sudden he started to time those tackles a bit better. Makalele has gone all the way back. And it's Pavón. Madrid just in total control, and to be fair, Anderlecht hardly pressuring upfield, which is what they did do quite well in Madrid.
Yeah.
Roberto Carlos, he's probably got the legs to get here. Calls De Wilde out a long way. Well,
there was only one player in the world that from that position could have forced De Wilde to come off the line, and it's Roberto Carlos. It's absolutely ludicrous that a fullback can get the ball there and still force a goalkeeper to come and make a claim. And all right, in the end, Roberto Carlos is some distance away from it, but most players wouldn't even bother chasing.
No. To be fair, De Wilde was alert to the situation to be that far out.
Much more so than
much more so than Traore, who seemed to be lumbering across.
Yeah, he did.
Maybe just feeling a little bit shell-shocked. The Anderlecht centre half didn't have the pleasure of playing in the first game in the Bernabeu, and it's not been easy for Anderlecht in these first 41 minutes of the game.
No, really, Krassen there looked completely bewildered as well, didn't he?
And you wonder whether in the second half whether they may consider going back to a more traditional 4-4-2. Possibly, because they've been absolutely outnumbered where it's really mattered. They may well have had. I mean, this is part of the thing, is that they may well have had three men at the back there: Traore, Krassen, Illich. But they've been powerless to stop Madrid moving the ball in front of them. And then, of course, Madrid move the ball in front of them and come up with such ease and such fluidity. But then they've been suddenly, when they've been around the penalty area around Madrid, they've had 3 or 4 men in support, and they've been able to ease the way through. Hendricks easily cut out by Fernando Hierro, and here come Madrid again. Luis Figo to Makalele. Hassi given away though. To Raúl, he's got McManaman with him. decides instead to give it to Roberto Carlos, who now picks out McManaman, scorer of Madrid's second goal on 34 minutes. A crisp right foot shot. Neat work from Celades. Carried on his run, and McManaman. Well, he got it back from Traore. Makalele. Fernando Hierro.
So this is indicative of what we're saying, is that Madrid don't need to go looking for the goal. They just need to go looking for the ball, and that's what they're doing. They just concern themselves with keeping the ball, knowing that chances will eventually, present themselves. And that was just
the great thing is that the players
strollingly easy from McManaman. There wasn't just a step over the ball, let it run.
They're just changing position. There, McManaman swapped with Celades. Figo drops inside. Raul pulls deep. It's just so easy. They're all moving around, and it makes me think of almost a total football that, for example, the Barcelona dream team played in the early 90s. It's just so easy for Real Madrid, and everybody just knows exactly what they're doing, which is going to be more than can be said for the Anderlecht defence there. That was a nervous moment, I'm sure, for De Wilde. Once again, Madrid just men on the overlap. As it is Figo stepping into the area, and another shot deflected wide for a corner.
Yeah, I think it's Traore that deflected it, but that again is what Madrid have been doing. They've just been carrying the ball forward, collectively, moving it around, and then suddenly it opens out to Figo. He's only 5 yards outside the area. There's no one anywhere near him.
And there was a nightmare for the defender in front of him because Salgado had made the overlap.
Yeah. Figo could just run into it, get a shot off, a little bit unlucky to get it deflected.
Here he is again. Whoops, Makalele just slicing that one. Hendricks.
Mind you, if Makalele made a mess of it,
also making
Hendricks was even worse.
I'm sure there's a minute to go. I'm sure Anderlecht will be very, very grateful for the half-time whistle to go. Look at that, playing at home. 7 corners for Real Madrid, 1 for Anderlecht. There's Mona.
And again, Madrid have taken a corner with virtually no one in the area. It's quite strange.
But they've collected outside the area, Roberto Carlos.
They've done that consistently as well.
Makalele. Picking out Guti. It's Figo inside. This time it's intercepted by Yachtuk. Here he is again. But Madrid getting back quickly as well.
Well, that's something that's the advantage of keeping good possession, is that everyone's still in the right place, that everything's still under control. It's not just about being there waiting, it's that the whole side is already just ready for everything.
Throw in for Anderlecht. One last chance for them to put a bit of pressure on Madrid. And that's something that has surprised me, how little pressure they've put Madrid under, being at home.
Well, and the crowd's gone very, very quiet. Most of the crowd we can hear now that are the few Madrid fans that are on the stadium.
Hendricks trying to cross that one, but easy for Cesar, just able to watch it out for a goal kick. We're into injury time. The referee's only given 27 seconds, and there is the half-time whistle. Referee drawing to a close what has been a very, very professional first half from Real Madrid. They've been in complete control from virtually the start. Raul putting them ahead with a bit of neat thinking, deflecting home Roberto Carlos' shot from outside the area on 19 minutes. And on 34 minutes, Steve McManaman putting the finishing touch onto an excellent team move. Madrid moved it, kept the ball for about a minute. McManaman put a right foot shot in, 2-0. We'll be back soon for the second half.